Okay everyone, so now we are learning the data types which are used in the VB.NET. There are three categories on which we are dividing the data types. The first one is the number data type, second one is the character data type, and the third one is the other data type. We know that numbers, whenever we are talking about the integers or the double, means whenever we are having the floating point values or the normal values, these all are coming under the number. When we are talking about any of the name, now these comes under the category of character or the string data type. Then other, let's say we are having some user defined data type or the boolean date, so these comes into the other data type. So first of all we are starting with the first category, which is the number data type. Now here we are having the things. The first one, the first column we are having is the VB.NET types, means which are the type we are going to take here. Let's say it is the byte or it is the integer, decimal, what. Now their CLR, that means common language runtime type structure, means actually in the .NET how they are stored. Now this is the CLR type structure, because we know that there is an integer, but how in the .NET they are represented. So we know that CLR is the main component of the .NET architecture which perform all the functioning. So here the CLR type structure is mentioned. Then storage size, means this data type will take how much size. Then is the value range, means starting from first and going till the last, what will be the range of that. So now we are starting with the first data type. So the first one is byte. If we talk about how this byte is stored inside the .NET, then it is the system.byte. So that is the CLR type structure. Now how much space it take? It may take only 1 byte. It is the smallest one. Now you can see that it is having from 0 to 255 unsigned. There are two types. One is the signed and one is the unsigned. Let's say whenever we talk about the negative and the positive values, now these two we talking, this is called the signed, because you can see that they are having some kind of sign, minus and plus also. But whenever we talk about the plus only, let's say they are only into the positive values, negative are not there, then we say that these are the unsigned. So there is no as such sign available. Now we should understand one more thing. Here 1 byte is mentioned, and out of this 1 byte we are having range which is 0 to 255. How it is taken, means from byte how we calculate the range. We know that 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So every byte is having the 8 bits. Now we know that in the system we are having the memory. Now the memory consumption is always equal to 2 raised to the power number of bits. So 2 raised to the power number of bits is the memory consumption. Now if we calculate that, 2 raised to the power 8, that is nothing but 256. So this is the size which is 1 byte is taking. Now this 256 we can easily allocate from 0 to 255, because if we count the 0, it is coming from 0 to 255. So this way the byte matter. That means if we are having the 2 bytes, then obviously 16 bits, so to the power 16. This way the bytes increase, the range also increase. Next data type in the .NET we are having is the short. Now the representation of short in CLR is system.int16. So you can see that it is of 2 byte, and because the byte increase, you can see that this is the signed, because minus is available and the positive is available. So this is the smallest integer where we can take out the integer values. Whenever we talk about any certain value, let's say I want to store 327, or I want to store, let's say, 67. Now these values I can easily store with the help of the short. We don't have to take integer always. So with the help of the simple short, we can take out the small values. Now after that we are having the same category, which is the integer. You can see that system.int32. Earlier it was int16, now it is int32. So here you can see that byte increased to the 4 bytes, and also the range increased. So if I want to store a big number, let's say I want to store 3, 2, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now this type of number I can easily store with the help of the integer. So you has to take the short, or you has to take the integer, or you has to take the long. That depend upon how much number you want. If you want a bigger number, then obviously you have to take the long even. So here this is the long is the long integer. Now here you can see that system dot int 64. So it is again increased, and it is the 8 byte. And if it is the 8 byte, it will consume more memory, it will provide you more range. So you can see that this is the biggest number which can be taken here. So depending upon the requirement, you can take the short or the integer or the long. So these are falling under the same category. That's why starting from int 16, int 32 and int 64, they are taken. Now these are the normal values. But if we want the floating point values means, let's say if I want to store 13.7. Now here we are having the different category. So here if you talk about the category here, so first we are having is the single precision floating point. Similarly, just like we are having the short, then we are having integer, then we are having long. In the similar way, we are having single, double and the decimal. So here into the CLR, single is stored by system.single, and here you can see that their storage is of 4 byte. Now this is the range. If we talk about the negative values, means if we are considering the negative values also, this will be the range. But if we are considering the positive values only, means we are only taking the unsigned, we are not taking the minus, we are taking only the positive values. So this will be the range for single. Now in the same category we are having the next, which is the double. It says that double precision floating point. Just like single is the single precision, double is the double precision. In the CLR, it is available into the system.double, and you can see that single was of 4 byte and double is of 8 byte. So 8 byte means it will provide you more range. So in the negative values, it is having the bigger range in the negative as well as the positive. If you talk about only positive values, then again it is having the bigger range. So here these are the different categories which are defined. So in the floating point, the next one we are having is the decimal. So here in the decimal we are having the CLR type, that is system.decimal, and it is of 16 byte. So you can see that if there is no decimal point, then it will be having this much of range. And let's say with 28 places to write of decimal, this is having this complete range. Now what is the smallest non-zero number which can be stored in plus and minus? So this one is the non-zero number. Now you should understand that there are two types in the number. One is the normal integer and second one is the decimal number. So if we talk about the integer, let's say if you want to store the normal numbers, let's say you want to store 3, 2, 7, 6, something this way, where no decimal is placed, then the first category we are having is the short. Now then we are having is the integer, and then further we are having is the long integer, which is called as the long. And if we talk about these types in the system, there is system dot int 16, system dot int 32 and system dot int 64, and their sizes are different. It is having the 2 byte, 4 byte and 8 byte. So this way they are having the even bigger ranges as well, because more bytes means more ranges. So you can see that these are the ranges. Now it is totally up to you which to take. Let's say if I am taking the long but it is not required, then I should not take, because it will take unnecessary memory. So you should be taking what is your requirement. If your requirement is small, let's say you want to make a small project, then short is enough. But if you are making a good project, bigger one, then integer is good. If you are working with the bank, in the bank there can be money in the crores even, so the long will be good for you. Then there is a second type which is having decimal values. Let's say if I want to store something like 3 to 7 point, whenever we apply the dot here 6 1, now this type of ranges comes under the decimal. So here the first range we are having is of single, which is the single precision. Then further we are having is the double, which is the double precision, and the third one we are having is the decimal. So they again increase with their sizes, because if we talk about single, it is of 4 byte, double of 8 byte, then decimal it is of 16 byte. And here how they are classified into the CLR: system dot single, then system dot double, and system dot decimal. So this is where they are defined, and even if the bytes are more, their range will be even different. So you can see that these are the ranges which are provided. Let's say talking about single, then this is of the range of double, and then further this is the range of decimal. So we can say that which one is the smallest integer, it is the short, and which one is the smallest floating point, that is the single, and which one is the biggest integer, that is the long, and which one is the biggest floating point number, that is the decimal. Now we are discussing the next category of data type, which is the character data type. So now we are discussing the character data type. In the similar way, we are having the first column, which is the VB.NET type. Then we are having the next column, which is the CLR type structure, means how they are stored. So CLR is the common language runtime. Then third one we are having is the storage size, and fourth one is the value range. So first of all, we are learning the first type, and that is character. So char is the first type, and in the system they are stored system.char. This character is of 2 byte. Now whenever we talk about character, we should know that if I am having, let's say, capital, let's say A in the single quote, or if I talk about small a, small b, any of the letter, now they are called the characters. Means if I talk about a single alphabet, this is called the character. 2 bytes means they will be of 16 bits, and their range will be 0 to 65536. Now the next one we are having is the string. String is also called the variable length, because here length is not defined. It is not like 2 byte, 4 byte or 7 byte, because string can be having, let's say it can be a paragraph, it can be a small name. You can provide, let's say, this normal name, but you can provide name of 5 people. So there is no as such size defined. That's why it says that depends on implementing platform. So let's say you are using some of the hard disk where it is supporting big RAM, then obviously it will be having a bigger size of the string it can take. But yeah, string, that means, let's say if you are having some combination of character, let's say this one, now even the spaces are also included. So here if I am taking the multiple characters together, now they represent into the double quotes. So this is the string, and string is of variable length, so no size is defined, and it is stored into the system.string. So it will start from 0 and approximately to 2 billion Unicode character. So this is the approximate number, it can even cross that. So this is the character data type, where we are having the character means single alphabet, and the string, which means multiple combination of alphabets. Now we are discussing the next data type, which is the other data type. So now we are learning the other data type. Here we are having the similar columns. The first one we are having is the VB.NET type. Then second one we are having is the CLR type structure. Then further we are having is the storage size, and then we are having is the value range. The first data type into the other category is the Boolean. We know that sometimes we don't have to store the character or the numbers. Sometimes we want true and false, just like true and false. Now whenever we apply, let's say, if condition, for, while, now they work on the true and false value. Let's say if I am applying some of the condition, the number a, let's say this number is greater than 30. Now depending upon the value of a, true and false will come. Now this true and false are the part of Boolean. Boolean data type takes 2 bytes of the storage size and they are stored into the system.boolean. So whenever you require true and false, then this Boolean is taken. Now the next type we are having is date. Whenever you want to store the date into the system, then the date is required. It is available into the system.datetime. It is of 8 bytes and there is a range, means from January 1 0001 to December 31 9999. So that is the range which is available with the .NET. Now the next category we are having is the object. So this is the data type which is available into the system.object and it is of 4 byte. Any type can be stored in variable of type object, because object is everything. In the object you can store anything which is available, because object is always on the top. So if you are declaring an object here, then you can take any of the data type that can be the part of this object. So this object can take any of the variable value here. Now the last category we are having is the user defined type. Under the user defined type we are having the structure. Now we should understand that what is the structure. Let's say if I am a customer. Now any of the person want to say the details of customer, let's say the customer phone number. Now we want that the phone number should be the integer, and they want to store the name of customer. We know that it is the string. So every customer is having these two things. So that means these two things will be taken together for all the customers. So what we do, we just combine them and give the name as structure. Now this structure is having two things. So that means whenever you create the object of this structure, you need two things, integer and the string. Integer means the phone number of the customer, string means the name of the customer. Now here the storage size is sum of sizes of its member. Now that means what is the size of this structure? The size of structure is sum of integer plus sum of string. That means let's say your integer is taking, let's say 4 byte, and if you talk about, let's say your character, it is taking the 6 bytes. So what will be the size of structure? That will be equal to 10 bytes, because it will be the combination of the data types which are declared inside that. So structure is a user defined, which is the combination of different data types. So it is inherited from system.value type. So this way we can define the structure. Structure can have many data types inside that, that is depending upon the requirement. So each member of the structure has a range determined by its data type. Means let's say if you talk about the integer, it is having its own range, string it is having its own range, and independent of ranges of other member. That means if you talk about integer, the integer is not having to worry about the range of string, because both are different and they are clubbed into the structure. So in the structure, let's say we are having the integer type phone number. So phone number is having its own range, and if we are having, let's say, the name of string type, so name is having its own range. So both will work together, but they will not interfere with any other range. So that is all about the user defined data type structure. So here we have learned that there are 3 major categories of data type. The first one is the number data type, then second one is the character data type, and third one is the other data type. So these are the data types of VB.NET.